Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. 1 second. I think. Oh my God. I have to come back again. 1 second. Okay. Yes. There you go. Uh, Hopefully, I can present like this. Okay. That's fine. Um, do you see Google Slides or like the presentation? Uh,
Yes.
okay. 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 Cool. Hello, guys. I think thanks for joining. Yes, I'm in California right now. I was in India last week, um, but I just came back this week itself. I have some jet lag, so never mind if I yawn a bit. Uh, so, uh, so basically, guys, what has everyone joined? Is do we should we wait?
No, you may start. Some of them are joining in now,
Okay,
so
okay.
you can continue.
Okay. Hello, guys. So this talk is about uh, building a college of AI builders. And so the reason why I chose this topic was based on my experience in Bay Area. How like my experience talking with other people and trying to understand, try to make sense out of things. It's high time that we should stop calling us LNMIT, maybe LNMAI. That's a cool name. So yeah, that will be very cool if we start calling that. And there is a very strong reason for that, right? But before we go there, let me so let's talk about me. Okay, you guys might be wondering who am I. So I joined LNMIT in 2015. I did my Google Summer of Code in 2017. I spent some time into research in 2018 at IIT Delhi. IIT Delhi. I did some invested my time into. This is the summer break, and I learned few basics about natural language processing. It wasn't a great research. I mean, I had to go back to school and study, so couldn't complete it. But yeah, but it's very important that to mention this because oh wait, is it not full screen? uh, Let me see. Share tab. Let me do this. Okay, I will just open this and share slides instead of that. I'll entire screen. Okay, I have just give me 1 second. I might join back. Okay. Is it now for you guys?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, yeah. So I graduated in 2019. I worked in India for like 1.5 years. I opened a trading firm, crypto trading firm in India in 2021. After that, I realized that I might want to learn more things. So uh, get better into AI. I had some background into crypto, but my interest was more towards AI. So I ended up joining Boston University. I did spend some time doing computer vision research in Boston University Med School. Then I graduated in 2023. I worked for a fintech firm called CB Insights in New York. Um, and end up working at Tesla for 3 years. Now I'm a senior software engineer here. what I might not mention, that I have tried so many things in my life. If you see my profile, it is all trying to juggle up between different skills and trying to be more skillful. And the fact is, like, the fact that I'm in Tesla right now, if I look back, I could connect the dots, how my research into IIT Delhi played along to me getting into Tesla right now. But if I go back there and then try to predict if I would be working at Tesla some years down the line, it would be impossible. Similarly, Google Summer of Code was something that helped me get my first job. So that's what I just wanted to mention, that you guys should try try to work on difficult things, and spend your time learning new skills. And you might not know what's happening. It might look like it doesn't make sense, but it will eventually in the future, if you are on the right path. So yeah. um, let's go to the next slide. So for you guys, the goal is that you guys want to build wealth, network, and lead a quality life. It's very important that you understand that this is like the framework called as Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and everyone has to follow this hierarchy, have to go through these hierarchies till you reach the self actualization, which is the phase where you can do whatever you want. It's not like financially you become financially independent. It's more like you are more financially secure, and then you can work on things that you like. Maybe there are so many things, but you actually have to go through this path. So a good read for you guys, if you ever spend time with it, try to understand like what it talks about. So I want to do a night to night talk with you guys. Like, I don't want to just dictate what I felt like, but I'm open to questions if you guys feel like, if you want to ask me more about these things. Okay. So the first question is, how do we predict the future? So when I was working at CB Insights in New York, I happened to go through learn some VC mathematics and some of the frameworks that venture capitals use. So CB Insights basically build products for private equity firms. So if you are a venture capital, or if you are a big org interested in merger and acquisition, you might use that product. It's a great product. I mean, like, so this is the kind of these are the things that I learned from there, and things that I learned during exploration during my time there. So but before that, let's do a rewind and let's understand what we just went through. Right? Okay. So you guys know about Carlota Perez framework? Yeah. Anyone? Okay.
Sir,
So,
actually, your meet pop-up is there and blocking some portion of the.
oh, okay. Let me move it to the side. Is that better?
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. So like Carlota Perez frameworks talks about, like, um, basically it talks about how technology revolution actually happens. What is the cycle it has to go through. For example, there are like two phases to it. First of it is like installation phase. In installation period, there is like two things that happens. Eruption is like some new technology gets invented in some university or something, and then frenzy then it moves to the frenzy period, where all the investors get to know about this new technology, and they start to invest a lot of money into this technology. However, after that, there is a thing called as turning point, and the turning point is about where the market crashes. It always happens. It has been like that since like we have seen this pattern in all the technology revolutions. But like, that's how it is. And after that, there is something called as deployment period. Deployment period is where, like, the all the investment that we have made into this technology revolution, like new technology, starts to, people start to adopt it. They're like the product, they're like new products that gets integrated into this technology, and similarly it matures. After it matures, there is like a new curve that starts, new technology that comes up later on. So it has always been like that. And what we want to do is we want to predict like how AI will look like. So this just mentioning this framework, and it's very cool actually. So, and let's go back to the dot com bubble story. So during it's 2000, and I think the Amazon did it, did IPO, Yahoo did, and so many, like the tech companies of that time did their IPO. There was like so much hype about internet at the time. And I don't know if you guys know about dot com bubble. A lot of you guys might not be even be born. Even I was like very young, but that's how it was. And people internet wasn't like very well integrated into our life, and we saw that actually in 2002, something like 2000, the dot com bubble crashed, and like everyone lost their money. And like there was like, so if you see this headline, the year dot com turned into dot bomb. So yeah, investors weren't happy. But the thing is, if you look 25 years ahead today, uh, you know internet changed the meaning of everything, right? So now we like internet, you have internet plus school, internet plus movies, internet plus dating, shopping. Internet is everywhere. It has changed how we live, what we eat, how, like where we live, how we shop, how we do taxi, how we socialize. Everything, like internet is connected to everything, and in fact it has changed the meaning of the thing. We no more taxi, we Uber things, right? We don't more go for shopping, we Amazon things. We no more like meet our dating partners like that, we go to Hinge, Bumble, whatever, right? We no more just watch movies, we do Netflix, right? We no more socialize, we do WhatsApp or Instagram or whatever, right? So internet changed the meaning of everything, and this is how it has been like that. So let's come back to this Carlota Perez framework. If you see, all the revolutions have followed the same trend, like water power, steam power, electric power, combustion power, information age, and then internet age. And it has been like that. And right now, we are at a phase where we are moving, the internet has very well matured, and now we are moving towards AI, right? So the at this time, AI is like very initial, but we have already started to see like self-driving cars. If you like in California, you will very often see Waymo. I happen to have a Tesla, so I can say it works very well. And we have like ChatGPT and Gemini, Grok, Meta. We have Cursor Code. We have like VS Code. So many coding agents. We have humanoids right now, and this is just the starting. And the thing is like the main fundamental of AI is like the intelligence part to it. And the belief is like after a while, the intelligence of AI will exceed the human or be at par with human, uh, which the collective human wisdom or knowledge. And we believe like that phase is called singularity, and we will reach that. We are not there yet, but we will reach that soon enough. So so just mentioning about like why AI is going to be the biggest breakthrough in the history of mankind. And there is a lot of consensus on this thing at this time, and the amount of money that is getting invested into AI, it's crazy. Like the numbers, like this is some old graph that I have. The US has invested like $470 billion, China 119, United Kingdom 28, something like that. And these are like the rookie numbers. They're not even like this is not the investment that you very this is like very low investment. I believe like it will go like tens of trillions of dollars in future, and very soon enough. That's how AI. That's what's happening. And looking at that graph, coming back to that graph, the Carlota Perez framework, we happen to be following the same framework. Like we are at this phase, AI speculative bubble. Investors are investing a lot of money into AI. At companies, we have already started to integrate coding agents or AI agents into our products, and probably there will be a crash. I believe, it's my opinion that it will crash, but soon enough after that, I think we will have everything. AI will change everything. It will even change the meaning of what it's mean to, like, what is software in fact. Like, it will change the meaning of, in fact, of what is the taxi is, or like what is the where we live, what we eat, everything will be changed by AI. So you guys should be, like, open to this idea. First of all, accept this idea that this is what is going to happen in future, and be ready for that. You guys might have already seen Netflix market valuation go like fives of trillions in dollars, and soon enough other companies will follow along as AI matures. So now let's come back to how we build a college of AI builders. All right, and you guys might guess like what it is. Let's move ahead. Okay, I thought to ask you a question, but let's move ahead. So there are like multiple mental frameworks to how approach problems, especially when there is like a new technology that comes along. Like, you guys, there are six hard thinking mental framework, and so many of them. You guys, second order thinking, but the most the relevant one for like AI might be first principle thinking. um, so what does first principle thinking tells you? It tells you, so we have to move away from the reasoning by analogy. So you shouldn't say like things have been like that so it will be like that forever, right? You guys should start, like, break things down to the fundamental truths, and understand it, research it, and then try to rebuild the solution. So that's the fundamental, but the main aspect is you have to move away from the reasoning by analogy, and reason from the fundamental truths. One class. So let's go through this process. Like I mentioned, you break down the problems into fundamental, irreducible elements. Establish some basic facts. Right. You try to research into what these elements are, and don't follow the convention. Don't believe like things have been done like that. So it will be like, rather try to get facts about it and then try to rebuild a solution from there. A very classic example that has been become an industry standard is like SpaceX, right? So SpaceX, like rocket cost. Okay, so traditionally, rocket historically cost like $65 million, and people, like, the fact was like the people accepted that, okay, this is like a very expensive industry, we don't want to move there because the prices are high and everything. And the cost this cost was considered like $65 million was the standard price of a rocket. And it has become an industry norm. At the time, NASA and other organizations were leading, I think. Soon enough, like SpaceX enters into the market, and what they do is, so first of all, before we go there, let's try to understand the analogy reasoning. What analogy reasoning will give us? Okay, so what analogy reasoning will give us is like it will help you to focus on small improvements, right? Maybe you try to improve every part of the rocket slightly, and then you might make a rocket little cheaper. But $65 million is still a lot. So we want to, like, it just improves the method instead of, like, questioning why is it like that. So what happens is they, like SpaceX, I think, they try to analyze the rocket's fundamental raw materials, like what makes up a rocket. For example, these are like, like, for example, silicon, carbon, methane, iron, whatever. And they try to determine the actual commodity cost of all the materials, right? What makes up these things. And so the fact is like, what is like the fundamental here? The fundamental for us is like the cost, right? That's what the problem that we're uh, focusing on is the cost of the rocket. Turns out that the raw material that makes up the rocket only is like 2% of the total cost, right? As a commodity, like as an end product, it might cost you like, so like in millions, but it makes up like 2% of the cost. So definitely this is not a good thing. These elements are available as like commodities, and then now you are making like $65 million, even though it's like 2% of the cost. So where did this cost go? Turns out that everything the most of the money that was getting the most of the cost was in the manufacturing techniques that were getting used to build these rockets. So what SpaceX did was they rebuilt the solution from this fundamental low material low from these materials, and they just ignored like the convention that okay, this is like we have to follow this aerospace production ways of building rocket like this, and that's how it will be forever. They started like $1.3 million as an initial starting point, and they got procured some materials, and in invested their money on implementing like new manufacturing processes uh, that significantly reduce the cost of the rockets. And if you should go and see like how many rockets have SpaceX already deployed, it will be huge. They're like, I mean, like Starlink, and every day they have like new rocket launches, Starship, and like new products. So one of the product that I like is this forklift way of catching rockets. So it's very cool. You guys should read about it. So like the main point is like you guys should start thinking from first principle thinking, because that's how you will come up with like an innovative solution to complex problems. And the main thing is that's how you will start to know where should AI be integrated, where to connect AI, just like we saw in like our slides for the internet, right? It's like that. So but first of all, you guys should try to understand like where AI should be added. Try to think from first principle, and then try to understand like what are the things that can be improved. But it's very difficult, not to mention like our brain, actually it's very difficult to defeat the analogy reasoning aspect. We will always fall into that trap. One example is like this bag, like this bag, airport bag that you take, you might be carrying on your at airports. So if you see this wheels and like this handle, right? You might not believe it took like several decades for them to come up with like this wheel design and this handle design. The problem was to how to safely carry things from point A to point B. So they were working on like adding more pockets, adding zip locks and everything. So that's cool, but like the main game changer thing was adding wheels and handle to it. So the reason is like for us it's very intuitive. We might not even realize this, but like for the people who were working on this thing a few years back, they couldn't come up with like ways to safely transport things. So yeah, uh, just wanted to mention like the main thing is like we humans try to focus on solutions form rather than its function. Like we might we don't see things from a way like how what it's actually functioning as. We rather look at things like what it is. So we should change our perspective a bit, and this will help us to come up with like new ways. And this will also help you when you join your companies or open a startup to understand like how you should look through things. There are like other mental frameworks which you should go through as well, but this is the most important one that will come handy once you go into like the real world industry. Okay. So I want you guys to start cautioning everything that you see around you. Right? It's very important. Be open-minded. Don't be. There's a very nice poem by Robert Frost. You guys might be knowing about it. Road Less Taken. So you should be open-minded. One of the questions you guys asked me, should we look for off-campus or on-campus placement? I mean, I was like, is that even a question? Like, why are you limiting your opportunities for on-campus placement? Just be open-minded and try to apply everywhere you guys can. Um, Work harder than anybody else. It's very important that you guys work hard. Like people might say, but you have to work hard on right things. Like what you are interested in, you have to work hard in that. There is no escape. I mean, all the good people in my batch and people I see around me who are like genius. Like I know some of the people who are like super. They are like very good people in whatever they work on. But the point is they have worked very hard. on that thing. So you can't escape that. You have to work hard. So no, everyone will say like work smart, not hard, but that's not true. Things you get better at things by experimentation rather than just like learning by theories or something like that, right? But in college it's very important to also enjoy. So better thing would be to work hard, chill harder, enjoy your time there. It's very important to enjoy college time, because I think once you join the industry you will this is like the best time of your life, and my best time as well. So you guys should try to learn by doing. Try to spend some time with reading through this MIT research. One thing that I when I was in Boston, so I was living very close by to Harvard and MIT. I happened to go to MITs for some, I just see how these guys are working. uh, I sneaked there, sorry, but yeah, I did. And so I saw that these guys are focusing on learning by doing. They don't just focus on theories. They try to build things around it. I mean, they already accept a very small pool of candidates, but they are not like, and they all have like a specialization, and they try to specialize in that. So you guys should try to learning by doing, build projects, do open source, build your own projects, try to build something useful, and that will help you a long way. Try to read Hacker News. It's a very nice website. I don't know if you guys know about it, but you guys shouldn't read it every day. Like it will keep you up to date with what's happening in the market. There is like some noise, but I read them all the articles that come every day. But you guys should, based on how what your capacity is. But every morning, instead of scrolling through internet, I mean, I am not on Instagram. I spend most of my time on the reading Hacker News. So you guys should probably try to spend your time there as well. So yeah, like lastly, I want to say, uh, world is how you see it. Don't believe like conventions. Just try to look world beautifully, and things will follow along for you. So yeah, that's it from my side uh, for now for the slides. And anyone has any questions or anything?
Thank you, sir. It was such an insightful talk. Uh, Sir, there is one question. Are there
Mhm.
any things that you regret and things that you think you did right then and even now?
Um, I think, yeah, like I think the if I go back to college and I go back to my old self and tell like what things you should do better, I probably won't do it. I mean, it's like you are in a flow, and it's very hard to uh, I don't regret anything, honestly. It's like this is a journey, and you will have failures, a lot of failures, and then you will learn from that. So one thing that uh, I would want me to do right, however, would be to focus on working on hard problems and building something useful. Not just like building pet projects is a good thing, but trying to build something useful is like another thing. And this skill you will learn at some point of your life, but it's better that you learn way early. So I might go back and then ask myself that work on better projects or something, because if you want to focus on industry, um, rest all, yeah, it was all good. I think when I was in college, one thing that I didn't do right was there were some fundamental subject that completely skipped over. Like, but I mean, they seemed like they were not useful, and they are not though. But I think it would still be you. It came like, especially if you work in some org, like some big org which are focusing on building new technologies, these skills come in handy. So very important for me. It would have been better if I would have focused a little bit more on those fundamental subjects. But yeah, I have no regrets, honestly. I had my good time there in college, and I think even if I go back and tell myself, wouldn't do it. So yeah, that's funny though. uh, what else?
Thank you, sir. So I think we all would want our college journey to be like that, with no
Yeah.
regrets.
Yes. Okay.
So I would also like to ask, could you please differentiate between MTech and CSE in India versus MTech and CSE abroad, especially in terms of curriculum and academic exposure?
Um, in terms of academic and what exposure? Sorry, curriculum exposure, right?
Curriculum and academic exposure,
Okay.
basically.
Okay. Let's focus on one part of it, the curriculum. I think the so like how in US at least I'm not sure about how it is in India. I don't have any friends, but like at least I can tell you like how it is in US. Okay, so there are like different level of courses like 600 levels, 700 levels, and 800, which becomes like more specialization, and 900 are like PhD courses. um, so I think in LNMIT, for example, we would be going through some of the 600 level subject courses and also some of the 500 level courses. So that's how it is. We like MTech, MS in US, it's more like it's a lot. So you know what, like the things, the fundamentals are same. Like operating system will say main operating system no matter where you go, right? And so some of the subjects will be there in your MS as well, but there are like some specialization courses that you have to take. I think in LNMIT you we also did that, but like these courses are like more project focused. One thing that I know in US that they do very well is like they focus more on the practicality rather than just like theory. So our grades are more evaluated. Like there are exams and there is like academics part to it, but more focused in like what you are building out of it. What is the project? So very often we used to work with professors on some research that they are working on and something like that, right? Um, so it's all about specialization. So in specialization courses, what you learn new is not something different from what you have learned. It's just like some algorithms that have proven to be better in some problems, so you learn those and that becomes useful. For example, ensemble learning algorithms in machine learning, right? That's like standard in natural language processing, for example, RNN, right? So these like um, what you learn is like new algorithms, like you just build on top of what you have learned, but the fundamentals remain the same. If you want to learn like all the subjects that you have, like computer network, operating system, data structures, and everything are like the fundamental, and it won't change. So um, it's like just a revision and little more, some more things that you learn on top of the knowledge you already have. That is like that people have found out after researching, like okay, these algorithms are better for these kind of problems, and like statistical analysis of things. Like in college, like these topics focus more on like the heuristic algorithms, right? But in US I moved to more like statistical way of looking at things. Before that I did that in IIT Delhi, but it wasn't like a academic kind of thing. But like in once you move to research, or in fact like start solving more harder problems, complex problems, then statistics comes way handy, like to look to analyze a problem and coming up with like an optimal solutions to things. So MTech in India, I think it's more theory based on what I have heard. Like one thing that I know in US is like just because I'm saying that they are more project focused, I know that they have a lot of research fundings. Like the private, I happen to go to private university in US, and private university are considered to be better than public university in US. They have better research fundings. So the thing is, like during my masters, I happened to work on problems that are like that. I mean, I got an iPhone for some of my research. I remember I mean, it's very hard to get that kind of thing in India, right? So the main thing is about the like the research funding that you have if you want to do research. And research forms a very important part of like MS. If you do, I mean, there are some universities like Northeastern that focus purely on getting you a job, but I think the situation, geopolitical situation, has also changed. So if you come to US or something, make sure that you have some interest in something, and that's how you excel, and your life also becomes easier. But mostly, yeah, that's what I believe. Like um, it's just like new algorithms on top of what you have already learned in college. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. It was really uh, enriching. So there are some questions in chat as well. I would like to request you to please answer.
Okay, let me see. Um, Stop share. Yes. Okay, let's come back to the chat. I think some more questions that Mohit sent me. Let me answer those as well, and then I will come back to what you guys are asking in the chat. What do students generally study during MS and CSE? I've already covered what academics and non-academics challenges did you face while doing MS abroad. Academic challenges, I think you would do good in US, I guess. Or most of the students in like in LNMIT, I can bet like they will do good here because it's a very practical, like uh, the way things are structured in US, it would look easy. LNMIT is academically hard. I won't deny that, but it's good for you. It's fine. So if you come to US, you will do good. So you guys might not face much challenges here, non-academic, and also depends on the college you go into. But yeah, mostly like CMU happens to be very tough compared to UT Austin, for example, based on my some of my friends I talked to. So it also really depends on the college, but you guys would do fine, I believe. Like non-academic challenges, I think to adjust in US is very difficult in general, because over here you uh, like there is a lot of changes that happen. Like there are like some lifestyle part to it, and then you have to adjust to different cultures. You have to be very open-minded here, basically. uh, like you can't be like, I know some of my friends who have survived so long, but if you want to make the best of US, like American dream, you have to be very open-minded, and it will help you long way. So if you're open-minded, then you won't have any non-academic challenges, apart from the fact that you invest so much money, and then you have some pressure for some time that you have to pay off the loans. But once you get a job, I think that becomes easier. So the main important part in college is to get a job. That's like the most difficult part in US right now. It was way easier last decade, but this decade it has become very difficult. I mean, uh, the geopolitical situation has changed, so that's why. What are the major perks of doing an MS abroad? I mean, like the perk that I would say is like, um, you get different perspective to things, different perspective to cultures. It's very important. Like I would recommend, like our college doesn't, I mean, I've seen some colleges in India, for example University of Mumbai, where everyone focuses on going abroad, and like they will have friends and everything. From my batch, I know one guy who lives in San Jose right now, and no one in Tesla from LNMIT. So it's funny because people, our college focuses more on like competitive coding and all those things, and we are doing pretty good. But yeah, like it's your perspective would change. You earn more here. Like once you get a job, you will earn way more than you do in India, no matter what. If you happen to join a good college, it's very good. Like some people come directly to US. For them, having a social life is very difficult. It's better that you go through college and make some friends, and then do get a job rather than just coming directly. Because I mean, you would make friends, I'm not saying that, but it's way easier to adjust here if you do masters, in my opinion. How should a student start open source contribution? Have full roadmap from A to Z. So for the open source things, like I think I happened my motivation at the time to join to come to open source was to uh, get into Google Summer of Code, which is a great program. I think you guys should apply for it. I mean, even if you are into competitive coding or something, you should try that at least. Don't limit yourself with some, limit yourself to opportunities. Try to explore as much opportunities as you can, and the reason is you won't realize the value of that right now, but in future you will realize why you did those things. So like, even if you are a competitive coder, for example, very important that you have very good fundamentals, you have brushed up your fundamentals. You will be a great decision maker in terms of technically, but you also need to know where do you apply those skills, and then how do you apply those skills in software development. So open source is, you guys should do that, and it also helps you build a profile. Eventually, when especially if they go through your profile, they will always look at your GitHub and see what kind of projects have you worked on. Does any of your projects align with what company is doing? So it just opens a gate for you to get more opportunities. So you guys should do that. Open source contribution, you just go and like, first start to build, push your projects, what you are doing in college, and try to build something useful in college first of all. Like, the main point of the main fundamental of open source is that you are pushing something you believe like is useful for other people, right? In general useful. So like, there is like, I mean, we a lot of problems that we face are common to other people as well. So you should push that, it helps you build your profile. And eventually, if you want, one thing that I did personally was, I remember I built a very strong network through open source, also because of Google Summer of Code, but also I happened to contribute to some of the projects in Google and Facebook, and I got like some referrals through that. It was very hard. I won't recommend you guys do that. I mean, you can reach out to those people and start like some contribution, but try it at least. Like, you will build a network out of it. That's important. So you can Google Summer of Code, try to pick up like a new interesting organization. Like, there are like so many interesting organizations like Git and I mean, Elasticsearch and all. These are like very well-known open source project. You guys should spend time there, like, if you can. At least try to understand their software. This will also help you once you go to the industry. You will know how things work. It will help you become a better developer. So now, and also, like, right now, AI, you have agents and everything. This is the best time to go to contribute to open source projects, because it will help you. The problem that I face uh, during my college was like understanding the projects, because also I was very new. But eventually, once I right now that problem has already been solved, I think you can understand projects very easily. So just try to spend some time on a open source project and try to contribute. Find some project that is like new or maybe well matured, and try to contribute to it. It will help you build your network for sure. um, so start from there, and eventually I think that will also help you. You can mention it your resume, and they will also open some opportunities for you. It's like hit and trial, right? So just try to experiment more. Please briefly explain fields like data science, AI, ML. Yeah, I already covered this. You guys should spend some time into these fields. No, like, all of these fields are important. Don't be a guy like in 2000. If someone would go back and say typewriter is the future, I mean, you are already, making your own grave. So don't do that. Just try to learn new things. Web development is good, but like, try to like, the main thing is not the web development. Main thing is like, the basics, fundamentals of things. That's more important. And then try to, like, one guy I remember in college, he used to work on this language models, and I was like at the time there was not like LLMs weren't there. So if I go back at that time, and if I and if he applied for a job, he would be getting like the same package as me. But now I probably he's earning in millions, like $1 or $2 million, because he's in Anthropic right now. Claude, you guys might be using it. So the main thing is you have to, like, there is also a timing part to it, but you also have to specialize in something. It's like, becoming a T-shaped developer. You have to be good you have to know the basics of everything, but you need to have an expertise in one thing. So always try to become a T-shape developer. Don't just focus on one thing, like but you don't just focus on one thing. You have to learn everything, but you really need an expertise in one thing. That is like the risk that you take, or interest, something that you find interesting. So that will help you to understand different fields. Tip on campus, off campus placement in India. Yeah, just apply everywhere. I mean, some colleges in US, I know that they don't give you a degree until you have completed 5 internships. In Canada, there is a university called as University of Waterloo. So try to apply everywhere. Don't, like, I mean, it's good that you work somewhere, right? So apply for internships, improve your profile, see opportunities where you can work, and it will help you going along. So don't focus on just on campus placement. It's good that a college provides you, but trust me, like in BU, they won't help you anything. They will only help you till your college part, but you have to figure out job part of yourself. They help you for the resume and everything, but you have to do it yourself. So that's one thing, important skill that are relevant in today's hiring atmosphere. Yeah, just you have to go through LinkedIn and see what kind of jobs are there. But AI ML is like something that I believe, like that is, I mean, I know some of my friends in Blinkit. They were telling me, like, they have started working on Gen AI products. So that's how it will be. Like, if you want to really want a good, like, the point is, if you work into web development, I'm not saying that you won't get a job or something like that. You would still get a job. You will get a high paid salary. The main thing is, if you work on something like Gen AI and you happen to be working on something that industry needs, right? Difference is you would earn like 1 CR. Like, it won't reduce the salary for other jobs. It will be just higher than that. So it's, like how things are just supply demand. It's not like getting a job is just supply demand. Trust me. I mean, I know so many people who are good, who intern at some companies, but they never get hired because they didn't need, the company didn't need it. But some people who are like really bad, and then they get hired because they needed someone to do to fill that position. So it's all supply demand. There is a lot of luck factor to it, but you guys should keep trying. You will get whatever you aspire for, definitely. So sir, Boston University is in California. Sure, why not? No, it's in East Coast. Um, like, there, it's, you guys should know, like, what Boston area. It's a very cool place. Like, I think in US there are like two cities, Austin and Boston, which like the median age of those cities is like in 20s. Like, if I go to some store to buy for someone's birthday candles, you won't find number two because everyone is in their 20s. It's a young city. So that's how it is. It's called university towns. So Boston is where MIT, Harvard, BU, Northeastern, so many universities are there. So yeah, delivery. Yeah, delivery. I did my SLI there. So I then moved on to City Flow. I wanted to work for a very young startup. So I happened to like the people who I was working with. So they were like 5 people who were like friends from IIT Bombay at the time. So I was like, it was a great timings. I believe, like, if I go to a startup, then if I go to a big org directly, the problem is like I would just become a good software engineer, but I really wanted to explore other areas as well. So I really like this idea of joining a startup rather than joining a big org. Yeah. Which coding language have you mastered? Um, yeah, like, I mean, like, I have worked on almost 5 6 languages as in industry. Right now I'm working on Golang, and Python, for like Python just for the like data analysis or machine learning or AI stuff, but mostly um, um, go for the backend development to, like, yeah. This question, I think you guys should also not try to build a profile in Python, just because, like, Python, like, the problem with Python is, like, everyone knows Python. There is not a huge demand for it. Instead, you guys should try to also find some niche programming language like Golang or something. Or what you can do is you can also um, focus on some like something like C++, Java. So don't choose Python as your way. Like it won't help you get a good job for sure. Just try to be little different. Like I think Professor AP Singh used to say, make a difference, be mad, right? So just be little different. Don't follow the trend. Otherwise, you will end up not in a good situation for sure. What like about mastery? It's like mastery, I don't know. Like, but the thing is, you only learn things if you have spent sufficient time on it. Uh, for now, I have spent a lot of time on uh, Golang since last few years. So yeah, I think Golang is right now my mastery, I would say, but it has been changing. I started with TypeScript and then uh, Angular, and then I moved to, I think, Python, and then I moved to a mix of Python and Go. And still it's Python and Go, but Go is like something that is what I'm working on right more, not most of the time, but yeah, a lot of time. So yeah, it's good. Python, in general, I don't like it as a language. That's my personal opinion as well. Uh, Although it's very powerful language for data analysis, like Go is very bad for that thing. For experimentation, Python is the best language, but not for building like a industry grade product. So which skills will remain irreplaceable, even like, yeah, like I mean, like you guys should spend time on the fundamentals like data structure algorithms, and these fundamentals won't change. You need to know that. And the reason is like, it's not about skills, it's also about decision making. That you guys want to become a better decision maker and better communicator rather than just like focusing just on skills. So try to be better on the fundamentals of computer science, and also try to learn some new skill. That is very important. Work on I worked on NLP. You guys should see like maybe computer vision or something that you might be interested. Spend some time there. Um, and you guys will not get replaced as long as you are a good decision maker, and then you can communicate very well. You have something that you can that like I said, you have to work hard on things. You have to work hard on things, and then you would probably become irreplaceable. But very important to have like good fundamental know fundamentals very correctly. Sir, I really want to do a Tesla. Can you please? Yeah, no Tesla related questions here. Sorry. Sir, which AI startup could work well in the future? I think in India, there is like a new, there are like so many projects, so many startups that are coming up. I'm not, there's like one emergent.ai. I met their founders in Bay Area few days back. So yeah, there is like I think Zomato and Blinkit are also trying to, like some other companies might be already investing a lot into this. Like I think there is one company, I forgot their name. I saw that few days back in like there was like conference of AI in India. So there's like so many companies working on it. So make sure that you guys need to explore, and it's gonna change for after a while. But you need to keep exploring what are these startups that you can work on. It's not gonna be same. Currently, OpenAI and all, they are also moving there. Some of the offices in India. In fact, Google, Meta, these companies have their offices in India, right? So maybe they might be having some. Amazon has office in India. So these companies are also investing so much money into AI. So Nvidia is here in India as well. One of my batchmate in LNMIT works there. So yeah, like there are so many companies here. You guys need to explore. I might not know which one will work in future, but definitely there will be, like India generally tends to be little behind than US. So in terms of that, India will catch on early. That's for sure. I mean, we are in an AI war right now. Actually, we have moved away from AI war to energy war, because for AI you need energy. So like there's like so much news you might be hearing right now. So AI war is there, and India will probably compete very well. I believe. Can you give some examples of project that made you think this person understands system, not just code? Okay, so I think the um, which would, can you give some examples of that made you think that yes, this person understands some. So I think you meant to ask like, do you know some person who actually has like more systematic understanding of things? He believes he's part of the system rather than just like, like just vomiting code and what, right? So I think one thing that you will know as you work along is like you don't get to understand, like most of the products that are built based on opinions. That's There is no doubt in that. But your opinions become better once you have, like, I mean, if you work on a new product, you will have like a strong opinions on things, and like you will have like everyone will have different opinions. So it's not just like one person understanding the thing, it's like a collective approach that generally industry takes. Like it's not like one person deciding everything, but it's always a collective effort to build a project. So in terms of like someone who I feel like you guys should uh, person he actually understand things more fundamentally, there are like so many of them. I mean, if you go to uh, some of the people are not very well known as well. I mean, they you would meet them in uh, s- um, conferences, or like they are like very shy, and they just like they are focusing on, that's what we call them 10x coders. So those people are very shy, you won't meet them, but they like they you will always find them coding, but they actually understand things very well. So I don't have anyone on top of my mind right now, but I in my company and companies where I've worked for, I've met so many people like that. But the main thing is you get better on things based on like when you build it, and then you share your opinions and then try to build collectively. That's how you make your mindset right. um, can India be one of the top? Yeah, it will be. There is no doubt in that. India is already investing, and it will get better. India, I don't think so. Like there is anything stopping India from being like top AI competitor. Although there is like like the problem, like difference between US and India. The only problem that I have felt is like Indians, like US focuses more on building capabilities, right? If some company is good into, like, for example, search, like they will be the best in the world. And that's like US all about. Like you will meet like world class people here. It's not good enough to be good. You have to be best in the field, or something, like you have to be Ronaldo of your field, kind of thing, right? So US companies are focused on building capabilities. Indian companies are more focused on building companies, right? And the reason is because of how Indian market is structured. I think in India, people try to optimize way early, right? Because there is a lot of pressure from investors to get like quick returns. In US, they will spend like billions of dollars to spend, like, you guys should read like this documentary by DeepMind. I forgot, like you guys should read that. They spent so much time into building DeepMind in itself, and eventually Google acquired it. But yeah, like so. I mean, in the problem with India, they start to optimize very early, but it's starting to change now, no doubt. Uh, Things are starting to change, and it will change for sure. Uh, India will have like top industries, for sure. It will be there. Uh, what a lot of people I know from US, they're moving back to India, by the way, starting their own companies. It's a good, like, it's not like India has lack of talent or money or something. They have all the resources to build these things. It's just like the way to, like, like, don't one thing that I know is like, don't think as a failure. I mean, in Indian society, if we see someone fail, we treat them as failures. Just try to, in US, the good thing is like, even if your startup fails, there is a secondary market for acquiring those people. Like, you go to YC, and then so many people eventually uh, 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 like, you have a secondary market for that, so they are not taking any risk or something. They are eventually learning. Sir, will you advise on staying in India or building career in a developed country? If you guys should, if you want, you guys should spend some time coming to US, or not US, but US has become very difficult right now. So let me tell you that. Like, I don't know about how the future of geopolitical situation would look like in future, but I wouldn't recommend. But there are some other countries, like, Germany, and so many countries. Spend some time there. They are also equally good. Like, Germany, I know, is very good. Singapore has very nice AI culture. So based on, like, but they have a different model. But yeah, their schools and colleges are very good. So if you want, then you should try to uh, um, you should try to go to some other country, do masters. I highly recommend that, no doubt. Maybe if after that, it's up to you, like, you want to come back or you want to stay there. But you guys should, it's very hard to move, right? Because you have your family and everything. It was very difficult for me to come to US, but you have to do it. And once you come here, you realize, like, it was a good decision. So you can come back to India if you want to, but at least spend some time doing some education outside and meet people. Yeah. I think that's it. Anyone has anything else?
Anyone want to ask any queries from your side? Thank you, Achint. Myself,
Hello.
Vishnu Kumar. I have joined as alumni officer at Alumni IIT Jaipur
Yeah,
recently, last 6 months ago.
yeah, yeah. I
So,
remember talking with you a few days back. Yeah,
yes, we talk on the call.
yeah, yeah.
So, we are trying to approach you since 2 months.
I
So,
know.
finally, the day comes.
Yeah, yeah,
I am
sure.
very thankful to you, and the efforts you have made will be valuable to all the students.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, all
Thank you
right.
very much, sir.
He's Noor. He is a coordinator in Alumni Association now.
Okay. Hello, Noor. Hi.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. I know Mohit. Mohit was there. Thanks, Vishnu. Thanks, Mohit. Thanks,
Yes,
Noor.
sir,
Thanks,
I'm here
everyone.
too.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for organizing that. I'm very happy that I could talk to you guys. I feel like I am back here in college talking to myself. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you. In
Yes.
some time, we also ask you some queries from students received. Actually, the name of Tesla is very big name. So student want to ask major queries to join the organization. So in case
okay.
we have
Okay.
received any type of query, we may
Yes, sir,
approach
sir.
you.
So many students are asking like how we can go from LNMIT to the Tesla, like what type of projects or like
I
because
think
there is
India.
a misconception that Tesla only hires people from US citizen type.
Yeah, that is, no, it's not like they only hire US citizen right now. The trend is like, you have to come to US first, get a visa, and then join it, right? You can't go, like, unless they open office in India. It's very hard. Like, it's very hard to come from India directly to Tesla. There is like, I mean, you have to. It's not like you would get You don't want the first job at Tesla. The thing is, if you are really good, you will eventually end up here. There is like, maybe you guys should try to gain skills until the time where, like, just wait for, if you really like this company Tesla, then a good thing that you can work on for Tesla, like, there's like so many things, like specialization courses for self-driving cars and all. Like, maybe like learning about transformer models will help you a lot. There is something called as CUDA programming, where you build kernels and all these kind of these kind of things will also help you to understand the skills that you need is like to work on. Like, I don't know, like, I can't tell like what exactly is there, but I'm just telling you based on what this is my personal, but not from company. Okay, so just try to understand like transformer models more fundamentally. They are like there is a course by Andrej Karpathy. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have gone through that course, but you guys should spend the real time, some time there. It's more focused on building Chat GPT. He was like a vice president at Tesla few years back. So he also have a lot of experience into AI in general. Like that course talks about how do you build ChatGPT from scratch, and that will be the first good starting point for you guys to know like what you see into AI, how it's built, and you will realize that things are very fundamental. It's not something out of the world of fancy. So yeah, if you keep track, like there is like some more developments into industry, but like right now AI is what every big companies is focused on. So you should spend some time there for sure. Zero to hero, yeah. Like there is like a series, playlist series. Let me find it. I find it's a very nice series, and there are like so many courses as well. But so Andrej, I'll share that in chat right now. So yeah, but also you guys should spend some time. Yeah, it's called the series is called playlist. Let me see. Yeah, Zero to Hero. You are right, Noor. That's what it is. So okay. Um, joining Tesla from college. Yeah, there are like some companies which are like quant trading from companies in India. Guys should try for those ones because they hire just from colleges and they pay really well in India. And I think they will always be in demand because the kind of optimization they do, like they only hire fresh from colleges. So it's something that our college also misses on. You guys can try for those companies, try to brush up your skills for like quant trading kind of things. It's more mathematical kind of job, but it's not like, I mean, it's not impossible to get there. It's just like you will try it, you will get there for sure. I know one of my friend who was in delivery, he happened to join Tower Research Capital eventually. I mean, it's just like don't think like you can't go there. I think in India there is a lot of misconception that you need to be in IIT to do that. At the time when I did Google Summer of Code, like before that, only we used to think like only IITs go to Google Summer of Code, and then like at the time we were like top two candidates. So like I mean like IIT people are not bad. They're not like you guys are also good. So don't be determinal to yourself, like just keep trying things, but the main thing is to know fundamentals well. I would reiterate that. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, thank you
Thank you very
guys.
much, sir.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good one. Bye.